current day. Tracks and points, but the cars are not. They're from 1998, when the racing was heavy and hard. It was one had tobacco sponsors, and no one grow high to ride the rail. Back when it was all about raising hell, turning left and brazen down. The classic racing style brought to you guys new. You'll see drivers you remember that you love, and some that you love to hate. See, I was found gaming racing series NASCAR Heat 5 in 1998.
All right, back here with more NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod. We're in the round of 8. In the game, we're in the round of 8. We personally are not in the round of 8. We were eliminated last week at the Charlotte Roval. So this is the first race you're watching. Spoiler alert, we did not advance. So we're going to play it out. 4 races left in this season. I'm just going to try and, race hard. Going to go out there and try and put Kodak in the winner's circle. We're at Las Vegas. I ran my fastest lap in qualifying, and it was still 16th. Somebody's going to the back, so somebody going to the back could shake up the points. The points are pretty tight again. Everybody's bunched back up, and then they get their bonus points added. So we'll see how it plays out. Win, and you're into the Final Four at Phoenix. So these next 3 races big for these playoff drivers, because it's probably going to be the 3 winners that get in. But, yeah, just going to go out here and race. I'm not going to quit, so let's just have some fun and see if we can't be competitive down the stretch here. See if we can't get a win here. Terry Labonte on the pole. Ricky Rudd's car is really fast. Jeff Gordon crashed during qualifying, and he's driving a backup car going to last place. Oh my, Jeff Gordon, who has been so dominant all season, crashes and is now back, will start dead last. And what a story that could be if he has a bad finish here at Las Vegas. That could certainly shake stuff up. And Terry Labonte, who has yet to get a win this season, but has probably been one of the most consistent drivers. Nobody's been more consistent than Gordon. He is way out in front right now, but having to start last here in this one. An interesting dynamic in play now. Of course, the crux of this series, I try and race as clean as possible. Try and race just as legit as possible.
Got a car coming inside now.
Gross. Las Vegas, I can't remember if we won Las Vegas earlier this season, but I know this is a track where we ran well. So look at Jeff Burton. Once again, the AI, whenever they get to your quarter panel. Look at this AI, just absolutely nutty and out of control. Jeff Bodine, Ward Burton, other guys who were in the playoffs and have been eliminated like us. Mark Martin is in the round of 8 as he tries to advance. And Ward's brother Jeff kind of took off like a rocket around us. I think we might have accidentally made Jeff Burton really fast by messing around with him back there and having him on our quarter panel. 35 laps, folks, because I forgot to take the length of the race back. Whoops. You know what? In some instances, I'd probably go back and change it, but we're going to race it out. But I tell you what, that's going to change Jeff Gordon being able to make it to the front. And see, that's the thing, too, is if I go back and reset it,
got one down low now.
I mean, Jeff Gordon's not going to crash in qualifying again, so that would change up everything. So we're going to leave it at 35 laps. We'll race it out.
That was a great lap.
Maybe I'll speed it up a bit so you don't have to sit through 35 laps here at Las Vegas. I always set the road courses up a notch because with the cautions, that video last week would have been like 6 minutes. And honestly, that would have probably been okay with me. It was a tough race. I was pretty disappointed. You know, it kind of came down to that last lap, and we were out there racing, and you know, we wound up losing by 2 points or whatever it was. So when it's 1 point per position, just those spots we lost on the last lap, that's what wound up costing us. And Jeff Burton moves through to the round of 8, and we get kicked to the curb after a pretty good season that we've had. Like in the overall point standings that we've been keeping track of, we've raced really well, and we're top 5 in points for like if the season just had overall points and didn't reset. So it's a little disappointing to be eliminated because I kind of thought that these 3 tracks in the lead up to the final one were good tracks for us, including this one here, obviously. I knew we were fast at Las Vegas earlier in the season, so I was hopeful when we came here, or I was hopeful just to make it through. And, you know, you take a look back at those races, and it never comes down to just one moment, but man alive, just those races, you look at 2 positions at any point. Of course, we finished second at Loudon, and we actually had the lead going into the final corner. We were able to catch up thanks to lap traffic, and we just weren't able to hold on to it. But if we had won that race, man, that would have changed absolutely everything. Could have, would have, should have, and instead we are just kind of racing for pride now, which, you know, when it comes to simulated video games of the 1998 NASCAR season on the current gen, and it's all about pride for me when it comes to that. I'm a very prideful man whenever it comes to my NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod. Two playoff drivers here in front of us. Of course, Ricky Rudd, he qualified for the playoffs with his win, but then actually didn't qualify for one of the races in the round of 16. And that really hurt. I mean, I say that, that really hurt his chances to advance. Yeah, getting 0 points in a race is going to exponentially hurt your chances. 86% on the right front right now, as we're up here racing for second and third with Bobby Labonte and Rusty Wallace. Kind of wonder where Jeff Gordon is in this field right now. Surely he's making his way up through here. And I think with this race being set at just the tick few more laps at 35, I'd say Gordon will probably have enough to get to the top 10. I think if this was just a regular 7% race or whatever it was we raced on, he might be like 18th to 22nd. With these extra laps, we'll probably allow him to get up there. But it is making it a bit more dramatic. We don't know where he's at. These two are running out front right now. And right now, Ricky Rudd pacing the field. And if he wins, that would not automatically qualify anyone into the final race at home or at Phoenix. People would still be trying to race their way in.
Still there? Careful, still there.
And I believe the 2 races coming up after this are Martinsville and Talladega. So absolutely 2 vastly different tracks. 82% on the right front. 22 laps to go. Martinsville will be interesting. I think we'll have a good chance at Talladega. I like doing the races like Talladega. I like getting into the draft, being around the other guys, and trying to work my way up through the field legitimately. Martinsville, I would say we'll work our way up through the field, but it may not be legitimately. So we're probably going to have some contact at Martinsville. And obviously I'll talk about it as we get closer, but maybe it's a blessing we didn't get a chance to qualify for the championship, because Phoenix, outside of the road courses, Phoenix was just a track we did not get, we did not understand, we did not race well at Phoenix when we were there earlier in the season. Ran around middle of the pack, and I think we wound up finishing like 14th or whatever. And if we had just that one race for a championship there's no way we would. 14th isn't going to win that race and a championship. It's going to be really tough if we get to Phoenix and it's like, you know, Gordon has dominated all season, but he just finishes second in that race to Dale Earnhardt, and Earnhardt wins the championship.
We got 20 more left.
I mean, it is what it is, but that would,
You got room. You're clear.
it would obviously be disappointing for Jeff Gordon. Virtual Jeff Gordon. I would say virtual Jeff Gordon would have a hard time accepting that. 77% on the right front, 82% on the left front, and we've got 20 laps to go here.
Inside.
Ooh. Bobby Labonte dive bombing me. And I think I kind of like being behind Bobby and just kind of racing behind him, kind of knowing when I can lift, when I should lift, as I drive right into the back of him. Now Ricky Rudd's starting to catch up to the back of the field. We'll see if that allows Bobby and myself to catch up to him. I think the leader is so, well, these back of the field drivers are so spread out that Rudd should be able just to catch him and go around them pretty easily without any issue. Lake Speed, Dick Trickle up here. Lake Speed, who is at the bottom of the point standings, but I think has only failed to qualify for one race this season. But he has put up a 1 in quite a few races this year.
Careful. Still there.
Look at us racing nice around Dick Trickle and Bobby Labonte.
You're clear. Half down, half to go. This time by.
And as these tires go away, the car is feeling just a little bit looser. I'm having to lay off the gas a bit more going into the corner, get into the gas just a smidge later. 72%, all four tires below 85% wear on them now. And you hear how slow we had to go there just to get around these guys. We probably could have forced the issue there, and I think if we had been,
Clear all around, Max.
maybe if we'd have been racing to try and get into the playoffs, we probably would have tried to go around the outside there and get around Bobby, but these longer races, and we're not in the playoffs anymore. You see Ricky up there. Struggling with some lap traffic. We ran into the back of Bobby there, so that slowed us down a bit. 13 laps to go this time around. I tell you who we don't see. We don't see Jeff Gordon back here in this pack. But look at Ricky Rudd. He is being slowed down dramatically by this group, and Bobby Labonte is chasing up on him. If Bobby Labonte can get a win here, he will move on to the championship 4 at Phoenix. Of course, Ricky Rudd, he just wants to win. He doesn't care about the playoffs anymore. But Bobby Labonte is there. And now we have to work our way through this traffic. And I don't think, I think Bobby managed to catch him at the right place at the right time.
Clear eye, bud. Careful. Still there. Top 3, use it if you need it. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Robbie Gordon, a favorite of my father.
Careful, still there.
He was a huge Robbie Gordon fan. Robbie was a wild one. Labonte and Rudd racing for first and second. I have no idea how close fourth place is to us, but we'll keep racing this out. They catch that lap traffic up there and catch them in a bad spot. We might be able to run up on them here ourselves. 65% on the right front. Labonte shoots underneath Rudd. It looks like Ricky blocked it. Lap cars trying to go high to avoid him. Look at that. We get to see the race for the lead back here. And it is a mess up there. And Rudd 3 wide with Labonte coming out of 4, trying to hang on to the lead.
I need 10 more final laps. Concentrate for me.
I think Labonte's going to get around him. Labonte may qualify himself for that championship race if Rudd cannot get back around him. Rudd trying to use the high line. We're putting down 32.2s now, which is not very fast.
Car outside. Top 3, use it if you need it.
What?
Got a car high now.
Good lord.
All right, you're clear.
Jeff Bodine has officially caught up to us for third place. And see, that's probably something I should touch on too. I've really not wanted to race with the mirror this season. I kind of feel like it's just distracting. It would lead to me just racing through my mirror. And that's not what I wanted to do. Oh boy. Dave Marcus spun around by us. I tell you what. I don't know how many were. Whatever. We'll pit. We'll pit. We'll pit. That'll put us back in the field to 26th. We'll see if we can find Jeff Gordon on our way up. We'll see how good new tires help out a car here.
Hammer down. Still there inside.
It'd be disappointing if we really didn't pass much of anyone with new tires while they were all on old tires.
Careful, still there. Looking inside now. Bottom's clear.
That's the thing. I don't think their lap times ever really suffer
Got room, you're clear there.
with their tire wear. Apologies to Dave Marcus, by the way. Certainly did not mean to wreck him.
Still there. All right, clear outside.
Mark Martin back here in 19th. And I'm not sure that's going to get the job done.
Stay low. You got room, you're clear there. All clear.
But Jarrett's in 16th, so maybe it won't be too bad.
All right, you're clear.
Definitely see Gordon's car up here, peeping around the top 10. Ted, buddy, pal.
All right, you're clear there. All right, clear outside. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear. Stay on the bottom. Here we go, driver. Careful, still there. Car on the outside now. All right, you're clear. flag is in the air. Still there? Car outside, hold the line. Clear high, bud. Alright, you're clear there.
You never know.
Car low now.
Us passing Burton and Rusty Wallace like that could be the difference between them making it and not making it. Managed to race our way back up to 5th after starting, what was it, 27th there on that final restart. So we'll take it. I didn't think we really had enough to compete there at the end, but yeah, I think we saw who won as well, but let's go ahead and take a look at the results and the point standings. All right, we'll take a look at the results here from Las Vegas. Of course, Bobby Labonte picking up the win, Ricky Rudd coming in 2nd. We finished 5th with Jeff Burton right behind us. 8 playoff drivers here. Jeff Gordon makes it up to 11th, Terry Labonte 12th, Dale Jarrett 17th, and Mark Martin 20th. So Mark Martin taking the biggest hit of everyone involved here. Good run for Derek Cope up to 25th. Apologies to Dave Marcus for what happened there. And yeah, so that's the results here for the second Las Vegas race. Let's go ahead and take a look at the point standings. This is the overall standings if the playoff format did not exist. Jeff Gordon still comfortably out in front, even though Bobby Labonte got that win. We're still solidified right there in 5th place in the points with 938 behind Terry Labonte and ahead of Rusty Wallace. But let's take a look at the playoff point standings. And you'll see Bobby Labonte qualified in, Jeff Gordon 6-1-1-1. And then right here at 4th place, Jeff Burton and Terry Labonte tied with 6-0-8-9, Rusty Wallace 6-0-8-8. Jeff Burton would get the nod because he has the highest finish of anyone in this playoff so far in this round, because he finished 6th and Labonte finished 12th. So that's how that would work out if there is a tie at the cutoff point. But yeah, Jeff Burton was 6-0-8-9. Mark Martin 12 points behind, so he's got some work to do. But pretty well done there for Bobby Labonte to take home the win. Gordon's still pretty well comfortably out in front. That's 11-11, so he's got a 22-point lead. So over the playoff cutoff, and yeah, you have to have something catastrophic happen for him to not make it. Next week we'll be at Talladega, so we'll see if Super Speedway can create a new winner. Maybe Mark Martin can drive it out front. Maybe we'll push someone like Mark Martin into winner's circle next week, so we can change up the playoffs a bit and kind of throw in some chaos. But a good run for us today. We finished 5th. Late pit stop pretty much changed stuff. We weren't going to compete on the tires that we had, so fun race. Remind me to kick it back down to 7% next week, especially at but you know what? Maybe it's fun at 14% at Talladega. You never know. So remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever you want to enjoy your YouTube experience. Thanks for watching. This has been the NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod. We'll be back next week with Talladega. Thanks for watching.